In the latest, the Assembly of Experts in Iran has reached a majority consensus regarding the successor to the late Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. And according to Mehr News Agency, the Assembly of Experts member Mirbaqeri stated that a majority consensus has more or less been reached. And however, the body has a minor disagreement over whether their final decision must follow an in-person meeting or instead be issued without adhering to this formality.
The respected members of the Assembly of Experts have made great efforts to determine the leadership in these days and have not failed, and thank God, the decisive and complete opinion, which is the opinion of the majority, has been provided.
On Wednesday, Iran's Leadership Council has informed state media that a successor would be appointed at the earliest opportunity. Iran state media has reported that citizens will bid farewell to the late Supreme Leader in a ceremony which is scheduled for tonight at Tehran's Imam Khamenei prayer ground. The ceremony is expected to last for 3 days, with the final funeral procession to be announced once it is finalized. Of course, this is the latest we're getting, where the Assembly of Experts in Iran has reached a majority consensus regarding the successor to the late Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Well, Ben, this is the latest we're getting. How are you reading into this?
Well, like I was saying, the mechanisms in order to produce a new leader are well established, and here it is. The 88-member Council of Experts is there to choose a new leader, which is sort of by consensus within the ruling elite, and the ruling elite will buckle under when this person's chosen by this formal mechanism. And this is what gives the system, the Islamic State, its robustness, because they have a large pool of people to choose between, and they'll simply install a new head. So the decapitation strategy is neutered by that. And the assumption, the hope that the regime will fall once you take out the leader is also neutered, because they just simply put a new leader in, and remains to be seen who that's going to be. The IRGC is pushing for hardline candidates, but there are some softer candidates there. President Pashkian himself is much more liberal and would be willing to do a deal of some sort to bring the fighting to an end, and he would be willing to put in some sort of reforms as well in order to get a sanctions relief package, which is also a possibility on Trump's side, because, as I said, Trump is desperately keen to finish this quickly. And so if you had a softer candidate come in who's willing to deal and give up some stuff, then a deal could be done fairly quickly. And I should highlight that the day before this war was done, the Iranian foreign minister was in Geneva and agreed through Omani mediation to end the nuclear missile program, the nuclear enrichment program. And that deal was expected to be signed. And on the very next day, the missiles started flying. However, that remains, given that's in place, in principle, that remains an option and could be rolled out. But a lot will depend on who they nominate to take over.
Absolutely, Ben. You've rightly pointed out the Iranian regime is prepared to absorb these shocks, this war and assassination, and they've done exactly that. But of course, we know that, again, a lot of variables remain to fall in place. We'll have to see how the situation evolves from here. But for now, thank you so much, Ben, for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your perspective with us.